Hey, Team Happy and Fit. It is Tuesday. It is my favorite day of the week. I love hanging out with all of you. I think our team is just amazing. Shout out to Morgan Grill, who did our team call last week. A lot of us were in Mexico, and I just have to tell you, it was a blast to be with so many Team Happy and Fit coaches. I think that was my greatest. Everyone always asks, like, what's your favorite trip? And I said, they're all different, but man, this feels good. I couldn't stop saying that because it's just amazing to be able to share this opportunity and all of the things that we get to experience as coaches together. And I think it just represents how successful our team is that there's enough success for us all. And there's no shortage in that. Where literally, if you think about this, I'm really excited. I had a couple of new coaches join Team Happy and Fit recently. One of them was Kai, and I was talking to her and I said, hey, are there more than, she's a fitness instructor. I said, is there more than one fitness instructor at your gym? And she said, yes. And I said, are they successful? She said, yes. And I said, what do you think about in the state of Michigan? She's like, well, absolutely. And then I said, what about the United States? Do you think that there's other fitness instructors that are really successful? And she said, yes. Think about it, you guys. That we can all do the same thing and be massively successful. I think naturally the human nature, we want to think that there's a scarcity mentality, or there's not enough, or I started too late, or I'm going to run out of people. It's a mindset thing. Shift your mind, shift your focus, change your life. So don't focus on the slack and the lack. Focus on the gratitude and focus on what you can apply to make it better. Does that make sense? So here's an example from the National Wake Up Call. I don't know if you caught this. She had said that she writes down goals in quadrants, 4 quadrants each and every single week. And we did this on a call yesterday, but I took it to my challenge group today. Laura was on there, Jenny was on there. I took it to the challenge group and I said this. In 4 quadrants, and I even said to them, I said, I just did this with my team. It looks a little bit different, but I want to do the same thing with you because essentially this is what I do to set myself up for success. So I have a meetup every single week with our challenge group. It's on Tuesdays. It's an hour before this call. And what I did is I had them make a quadrant on self-care, nutrition, fitness, and mindset. And I gave them examples. And what we did is we listed and talked through 2 to 4 things they can write in each quadrant. Then at the end, I said, I want you just to highlight one thing in each quadrant that you will not break a promise with. So we did different things. So for nutrition, it could be, I don't want to eat sweets all week. Another thing for nutrition was I don't want to go out to eat. I don't want to go to Starbucks, right? Maybe the fitness was I'm going to work out before Netflix. No matter what, this week, I will get my workout in before watching a TV show. Another thing we did for self-care and mindset, it could have been an either or, is unplugging. Like legitimately going on a walk without your phone. I was talking to them today about waking up and not checking social media. And so we just worked through that together. And so knowledge is potential power. I took what I learned on the National Wake Up Call that I already do in my own life but didn't realize it. I applied it to the team, but I also went a level deeper and applied it to my challengers. Does that make sense? It was awesome. And then I also listed them resources of my favorite podcasts, favorite apps, and favorite books, and to help them with the mindset piece, because that was a totally different thing for them. Does that make sense? But I just need to tell you, there's more than enough room for whatever you want in this business. I know this is crazy, but sincerely, you guys, if you want to make $100 a week in coaching, I give you permission. I give you all the permission in the world right now to do that. If you want to make $500 a week, permission granted. If you want to make $1,000 a week, permission granted. A coach last year made $38,000 in a month. That's more than I made as a teacher in a year. I grant you permission. Will it take time? Yes. But why not you? Sincerely, like, why not you? Does that make sense? And then how? How do I make that happen, Julianne? How do I do it? You share your story and you do not hold back for anybody. You continue to work on yourself and do not hold back for anybody. Does that make sense? You figure out the way, or make the way, be the way, and just figure it out. But I just need you to know this. Why not you? And that was a big wake-up call for me on the Success Club trip. And it's been a wake-up call for me watching so many businesses grow over the last year, seeing so many coaches on our team experience getting their Shakeology covered each month, to paying their car payment each month, to like paying down debt each month, to paying their mortgages. Like, it is crazy, and there's not a scarcity to that. There's more than enough fitness instructors that are successful. There's more than enough Beachbody coaches successful. But what you have to do is you have to decide that you are enough. I was having a conversation with Jess, and I said, Jess, do you think you deserve to be 1-star, 2-star, and beyond? And she's like, ooh, I don't know. I said, you can't base this off of logic. You can't base it upon what you have right now on the table, but do you believe you could sit at the table or build your own table? I said, I'll breathe that belief into you, sister, because you're more than enough to have that. And you can't base it off logic. If I would have based elite, first year going elite off of logic, I wouldn't have gone for it. It didn't make sense. If I would have like made leaving my job based on logic, would have never left my job, right? I just know my work ethic. I know my mentality. I know I'm enough. And I know I'm capable. This is a side note. Trina Gray totally pitched to Jeff Hill about me doing a national wake-up call. Do you want to know something? I was standing next to her and I go, yeah, I deserve to do that. I said that out loud to Jeff Hill. I said, yep, I would love to do that. Versus being like, no. Like, no, I was like, no, I deserve to do that. I believe that what I have to say is enough for National Wake Up Call, just like I think that for all of you. So maybe I could be the one to pave the way to show you that if I could do it, you could do it too. And that's everything I've ever done in this business, that it can't end with me. And I am just so proud of all of you for showing up on this call. I'm so proud of you for showing up with your transformations, working on yourselves daily. And you have to just know you're enough. And you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Before Erica gets started, I created with some teammates a sneak peek into coaching. And what that is for anybody who's interested in learning more about our team. So it's for you, whoever you're talking to about coaching, but you don't know what to say. Does that make sense? So this is where you bring them. Kind of like a challenge group if you're running it with a coach, where you're like, I don't know how to run a challenge group, but Julianne, can I put my people in your group until I figure this thing out and then I'll run my own? It's like that with coaching, where you're like, yeah, Emerald is my goal. Yeah, Diamond is my goal, but I have no idea how to talk about coaching. So what you do is you'll be like, hey, Laura, hey, Jenny, hey, Ashley. It's been so fun. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Well, what is it that you do? Awesome. I would actually love to add you to this group so you can get more details. Can I do that? They'll be like, yeah, sweet. I'm going to tag you on this video. And then you tag them under the video. Does that make sense? So I would also love to see more of your faces on the sign-up sheet for going live. I know it freaks you out, but I'm telling you, knowledge is everything with connecting your story to people. If that makes sense, your avatar is different than my avatar. Our avatars are so different, and your story is so successful because you decided to become a coach. I know it's scary, but your person who's watching, seeing you go live about why you coach, you guys, coaching has nothing to do with your bank account. Coaching has nothing to do with the amount of weight that you've lost. That's not what makes you a successful coach. Vision is what makes you a successful coach. You working on yourself right now makes you a successful coach. Does that make sense? I would love to see some of you sign up for that. There's no qualification, literally just a willing attitude to try. That's all I want. And then my other announcements aren't even anything because we got to give it to Erica. Erica's amazing. Erica is a diamond coach who's going beyond that. Like, she just is outstanding. She's at Success Club 10 right now. Please tell us your secrets. I'm sure you're going to tell me there are none. And she's a mom of 3. She just had a baby, her 3rd, and she is full-time at home doing this business and trying to make it work and figuring it out. And I just said, like, she hit Success Club the day she gave birth. Like, I want to listen to her and what she has to say. And she's a silent storm. I always say that about her. She's just this silent storm. You may not see her a lot or hear from her a lot, but she's getting it done. Does that make sense? With grace, with gratitude, and a little bit of edge of like sass, I would say. Like, you have a fight in you that's like silent but really cool. And she's a white personality. I'm a red personality. So when I first started mentoring her, I couldn't read her. I was like, I'm not sure if she's getting anything from this. I'm not sure if she likes this. Like, I don't even know. And then over the last couple of years of being able to mentor her and just see her growth and also just like getting to know her as a friend has been absolutely incredible. So I'm so excited to hear from you, Erica. and I'm just going to give it to you, and I'm going to mute myself and eat my chocolate Shakeology.
All right. Thank you so much, Julianne. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, public speaking kind of makes me nervous. So thank you all for being here. It is fun to see your faces, but it definitely adds a little different level of nervousness. But anyways, like Julianne said, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I am planning to homeschool once we get to that stage. So I'm really working to figure out how to make this fit in my life without sacrificing being a mom and being able to homeschool and all that. Also, I'm an ex-athlete, played 3 sports throughout high school, was going to play in college, but then decided not to. And then after that, that kind of spiraled down to not working out anymore, not having much motivation to eat really healthy, and then obviously being in college and doing the whole sitting and studying and all that. So I really got out of the routine with my fitness and nutrition through college, and I'm so thankful to be back at it with coaching. It's been a huge blessing for me, just to keep me accountable. So I, like Julianne said, I am a new mom of our 3rd little one. We have 3 girls. Nara is 4, Keziah is 2, and Talitha is 8 weeks today. And it's been fun and it's been crazy. And like Julianne said, there's no secrets to this, but it does take figuring out. And I feel like I'm back in that stage of figuring out how to make this business work in my life, and find joy in it. So I'm going to share about the 4 vital behaviors because there is no secret to this, and those are gold in our business. But what I've learned from my own journey in coaching over the last couple of years is that there was a time when I would just go through the 4 vitals and kind of just check them off the list and not really see the purpose of them, not really have much passion or joy in doing them. So finding the purpose in the vitals and finding the joy in them has really helped me to be successful as a coach and to find that joy again. And I often think one of my best practices as a coach is not quitting. And I think this is why just seeing the deeper reason for all that we do as coaches, and that it's not just about money. It's not just about inviting the most people, things like that, that there's more to it. So I'm going to share how I find joy and purpose in what we do as coaches. So first of all, we start off with being a product of the product. And honestly, throughout pregnancy, I still was following workouts, drinking my Shakeology, eating clean. But it was hard for me because I wasn't specifically following a program, and I just didn't really have that excitement. But now, being postpartum, I just started 80-day obsession, and I am following it to a T as much as I can, and it is so exciting. And I feel like just feeling super healthy myself, obviously, like, first of all, it gives me energy to be able to do what it takes to be a coach, to be able to message people and do all of that. But it makes me more passionate to invite. I know these programs work. I know what I'm inviting to. It's clear. I can clearly tell people that this is what I'm doing. This is the program that I'm doing. There's no guesswork in it. You can do the same thing. So being a product of the product makes it so easy to be a coach because it's so easy to duplicate the success that we're having. So once I got back to following a program, following the meal plan, I just had this new excitement, this new joy over sharing that with others. So that really helped me to find more joy in the first vital behavior of being a product of the product And then also, you just have to fill your own cup before you can give to others. So if you guys aren't doing that, please follow a workout program, follow a meal plan, drink your Shakeology, because you've got to be your best self to be able to give to others as well. So along with that, I realized that when I am really investing in myself in these workouts, it naturally gives me content to share in my social media. It naturally gives me content to share in my challenge groups. I still do some planning of posts for my challenge groups, but I feel like it's just more natural of me sharing what I'm doing with my meal planning or my food that I'm eating or this new recipe I'm trying and how I'm feeling with the workout. So it's been really helpful to just follow it and go all in with the programs, and it's made the inviting, the challenge groups, and all of that so much easier and so much more fun. So that is how I found joy and purpose in just being a product of the product, which is vital as a coach, if you didn't already know that. So then our vital behavior number 2 is personal development. And if you didn't know this, when I first started as a coach, I thought personal development was just kind of strange, and I wasn't going to do it. And I thought Julianne was crazy for, doing her personal development. But I eventually, somehow she convinced me, and I started actually reading and listening to personal development, and it's been a huge blessing. It's honestly, when I feel stuck as a coach or just in life, in my workouts, it's what I go to. It's what gives me the words to say, the encouragement to talk to my challengers, the people I am working to help, and just helps me to get unstuck. So it's for me, it fills my cup, but it also helps me to help others so much. And again, like with being a product of the product with workouts, doing your personal development just naturally gives you things to talk about in your social media, in your challenge groups, and it flows naturally. And so it's important for yourself, but also important and just gives you so much more to share and so many more ways to encourage and empower others. So let's make sure. Yes. Okay. I do have some notes down here, so I don't forget anything major.
Can you share with us, this is so off the grid, and I am so happy right now because like you were very graceful with that, but you for sure thought it was so dumb, and I just am so proud of you. What is your go-to personal development or something that you've seen a switch in? Maybe it's not just personal development, but professional development with coaching. Is there a book or a podcast that is really like speaking to you right now or has spoken to you? I know that you're reading a little bit of Grant Cardone. What do you got?
Yeah. When it's more like personal, I usually go back to Trish Blackwell and her podcasts a lot. If I'm just like, I don't know what else to go to. She's usually pretty great for me. So Trish Blackwell, like Julianne said, Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold was huge for me. I think I should probably just read it again. Helped me a lot with giving me the confidence to do what we do as coaches. And that's awesome. Otherwise, I read EntreLeadership. I know Julianne talked about that a little while back. And that one I really resonated with and loved as well. So those are some of my tops. I finished Girl Wash Your Face and Grace Not Perfection. I don't know if too many people have read that one, but Grace Not Perfection by Emily Lay. And that one was also really helpful. So those are some of my go-tos right now. And then what got me started with personal development was thinking, I'm a Christian, so thinking, okay, I'm not going to read all those other crazy books, but I'm going to start with focusing on my own personal devotion. So that's really what I got into first, was just getting a daily personal devotion life, reading my Bible and all that, which has been the biggest blessing for me. So yeah, quote of the day show. Those are all awesome. So, good question. All right. So our next vital behavior as coaches is to invite or share our journey. And I know that can be the scariest part for some people, but it's the relationship part. It's the building of a community, which we all need so much. And it honestly terrified me. Before being a coach, I never posted on social media. I think I would say thanks for the birthday wishes, and that was about it. So it was definitely something that scared me to share. I'm pretty introverted, or I was, and it was hard for me to share just my life in general with people. So I definitely understand that hesitation and that fear, but there's so much joy in reaching out and building relationships, in adding to our network, connecting with others and inviting. So with this, I really look back at my couple of years as a coach. And when I think about adding to my network, so often it can be like, oh, well, it seems scary. I don't know all these people that I'm adding or trying to reach out to in the grocery store or whatever it may be. But now I look back and like, wow, I've met some really amazing people. I've made some really awesome friendships. I have some really awesome coaches on my team. And I didn't know them before coaching. I only know them because I've added them to my network, reached out, connected with them, and worked to build that relationship. So I know it can be scary, but it can be a huge blessing, and you can meet some amazing people. And it's helped me to find more joy recently, especially with Instagram, where I can really try to find my avatar, the person who relates to me, who is also a mom, who is struggling to just get back into things and keep her head above water, with a new baby, with 3 kids. So finding the people who are like you, I think really can help make it more fun. It makes it so much easier to talk and relate and support each other when you're dealing with your avatar and not just going for anyone and everyone, which I did in the beginning. So it's been so much more fun, easy in a sense, but a lot more joy since really diving into my avatar, especially through Instagram. So if you guys aren't on Instagram, I recommend it. I avoided it until this year, so I understand. But also with finding the joy in inviting, that's when I always go back to my mission in this business and what my vision is. So not every day do you want to sit down and put time into coaching, especially if you're mom or busy with life, which I'm sure all of us are. But that's when I remind myself that I'm here to help other moms, other families to live healthier lives, to be able to stay home with their kids if that's their goal. And that fires me up again to reach out, to get uncomfortable, to invite those that need this, and then seeing what that can do for my family, and remembering to keep that vision in mind, that we want to move out to the country, have our own little hobby farm, and all of that. So that's what really helps bring me back to having the joy in what we're doing. Because if you're just sending out scripts and invites and trying to do all that, sometimes you can forget why we're doing this. And there's so much more to it than just sending out an invite. And there's so much more to actually building a relationship and helping people and helping them to live their best life. So I find a lot of purpose in what we do in the inviting and adding and connecting, because that's how we build our community. That's how I've gotten to know people like Whitney and Meredith and Rianne and Juliana and Olivia and Hannah and Emily and Heather. Those are some of the people that I've gotten to help lately. And I just, Julianne was asking or wanting the secrets on Hitting Success Club, and I just wanted to share a little bit about the people that I got to help this month. Because for me, I have to find joy in how I'm inviting, as well as in who I'm inviting people who are more my avatar. So I know for some people, it's you invite and only to the challenge pack option, and that's awesome if that's what you find joy in. For me, I had to find what worked for me. So with the people who have hit success or have helped me to hit Success Club this month, they didn't all start that way. So Rianne, first of all, she is one of my good friends from high school, and she told me no a long time ago, and I think I had her in like one of my free groups, and then she got kind of annoyed with me asking any more about fitness and nutrition, and I continued to show up in her life, and this month she was finally ready. So you guys, that's one way. Just don't give up. Keep following up with people, or keep at least being present in their life so that when they're ready, you're there for them. And then Juliana, she was actually a coach in the past with Beachbody, and she just had a baby, wanting to get back to things like me. I let her participate in my mom's group for free because she already had Beachbody stuff, and I wanted to support her in that. And now she wanted to get Beachbody on demand in Shakeology. So that is how I help Juliana. Is for me, I like to think about that I help people with these products to be accountable. So a lot of times if people already have Beachbody products or Shakeology, I want to help them to be successful with that. I want them to get to know me and see if they like me as a coach. And then a lot of times if they do, then they'll eventually switch. They'll eventually get a challenge pack, whatever it may be. And then another person I had join this month, actually she joined last month, but she said financially she couldn't afford it. So we met where she could, and she got the Clean Wake sample pack. She fell in love with Shakeology. She saved all her money from her side business to order Shakeology this month. So I definitely learning to meet people where they're at. I definitely think that the challenge pack would have been the best option from the start, but sometimes people can't see that and just need to meet them where they're at. So that was Olivia, and then another friend who joined me was Heather, and she also she had been in my groups for a while, but she had another coach who wasn't very active anymore, wasn't running groups. I kept supporting her in my groups, and now she's decided to switch to me as her coach and is doing 80-day obsession. So those are some, like my story with Success Club for this month, and that's where I find joy, is supporting people with Beachbody products. And that has helped me to hit Success Club this month. That definitely still means that I'm reaching out and showing the value of the challenge pack and all of that. But I find a lot more joy in meeting people where they're at in those other areas. So that makes sense. And then it just also helps me to meet more people and have more friends and community. So it's been great. Just
Erica,
a second. I need water. Yes.
Before you go to the next one, this is gold. I have so many notes taken already. A couple of questions for you that I thought were really good. And if Morgan Brill, you're on here too, I think that this would be powerful for you to share. Steph Owens, like you're on here, or Owen, is how to lead when you're super pregnant, how to show up when you're pregnant, how to be in your groups while you're super pregnant.
I worked out through the whole pregnancy with Talitha. It wasn't always pretty. Sometimes it was just, getting up and moving for a half hour and sharing that struggle, but sharing how you can still do something even if you can't do everything. And pregnancy is an awesome time to focus on your nutrition. So I wasn't following a meal plan to a T, but I was still eating clean and fueling my body with Shakeology. So I just feel like it's a great time to reach out to other pregnant moms, nursing moms, and show them the value of eating healthy while you're pregnant, not just giving in to all the cravings because you think you need to gain weight now. So those are my thoughts. Morgan?
Yeah. Morgan, do you want to share any tips? Because you're like right there.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. I think my connection just so much is that I'm doing this for my baby, and whatever I'm doing is not going to be harder than labor. So that's like my mantra pretty much. It's like, if I can do this, that's going to prepare me more. But I think I just have such a strong connection because of the behaviors that I've built, that exercise creates energy and nutrition creates energy, and showing people that you can still transform and make gains in other ways than physical ways has been huge for me, and trying to shift off of those superficial gains but focus more on those inner gains and like mindset gains. That's kept me going, definitely.
That's huge. And Kaylee, maybe it's just the mindset. You're about to have twins, and just like how that is, like what that thought process is like. I think you're doing a really great job of like, this is your last pregnancy, and you're talking about how your body's changing and how you're feeling about that you're choosing gratitude through that. Take that to your groups, because maybe your people in your groups aren't pregnant, but maybe they can find the gratitude in their current situation. Maybe they're 35 pounds heavier. Maybe they body bash a lot. How can you teach them through this process of loving how much your body is changing? And that's how you run your groups. I think the best kind of groups are ran with authenticity. And it doesn't have to mean you're like the workout queen, but maybe you're the mindset queen in there. Maybe you are crushing that nutrition and just saying, wow, like, I'm so thankful that I know that I'm going to have more energy with 4 kids, and all that kind of thing. So I think that's powerful. Erica, another question. We had questions in the inviting section, which is definitely, I love that you said it's the scariest for people, but you made it so not scary. Like, you were just like, this is the way we connect and build our community. And I was like, that is awesome, a way to word that. And how you were just saying, I love that you said this, I'm here to help other blank. And you said moms, nursing moms, I'm here to help the stay-at-home moms. And like, it's your duty, it's your mission. I love that you said that. And then how you're building a community and joy in building relationships, connecting with others, and you're finding awesome relationships. Do you all realize that that is what Erica connects inviting to? That it's not this big scary thing, that it's a way that I can genuinely connect with people that I love. So to build off of that, Erica, how do you invite and build relationships to where you help coaches either want to do the same thing and become Emerald or become coaches? And then number 2 is, what about, how do you send messages to people that you do not know?
Okay, so number 1, it's taken my team a really long time to want to do more than be a discount coach. So for me, I think it's just been continuing to support them in groups, continuing to help and encourage my coaches to get the best results that they can. And for my coaches now who want to do more with this, it's because they feel amazing. It's because they find so much value in the challenge groups, in the support and accountability and community. So I don't know that there's really like a secret, but just to continue to support your coaches and your challengers, and it naturally flows when it's right. I couldn't really force any of them to want to help others before they were ready. I guess in one sense, my mom kind of started running her own groups out of because she wanted to help me since I was having a baby and all that. So she started running her own groups to be more of a team player and help. But it's been awesome because she's now connecting with so many people like her. So yeah, just continuing to support your coaches, your challengers, and get them results. Then what was question number 2? Oh, how you invite people you don't know. Usually I try to get to know them and connect first on that level. So go to their Facebook page, their pictures, their Instagram profile, and find a connection first before I send out the invite. Or maybe it's with the invite if they've liked or commented on something of mine. But yeah, I try to get to know them, and then it makes it easier. And obviously I want to continue to get to know them after the invite. But just finding something on their page that I can relate to. And honestly, I don't send out as many invitations to people that I can't find something I can relate to anymore. So makes it more fun, more easy to reach out to that mom who I see has kids and life is probably crazy. So
an example could be she's on Instagram stories and she sees a mom making a meal, and Erica could say, oh my gosh, I have 3 kids as well, or I have 3 kids. This looks like an awesome meal. What is it? Or if someone gets engaged, she could comment on their picture or send them a message and say, hey, congratulations on getting engaged. But her avatar is married and is a mom, so it's probably that's who she's connecting with, are the women who are pregnant, the women who are having babies, the moms who have multiple kids, and just connecting with them of like, oh, what are some activities you can do during winter time? I know that Erica did a group maybe a year or 2 ago on activities to do while you're at home or something like that. I couldn't make that up, Erica. But anyway, keep going. This is amazing. It's so good.
okay, any more questions on inviting? Okay, feel free to ask them later. But I'm going to move on to recognition. So the 4th vital behavior for us as coaches is recognition. And I honestly think that sometimes this is more for us as coaches than it is for others. I was writing out a post about one of my coaches, and it just made me so thankful. It made me so thankful for the amazing people that are in my life. And it reminds me why we invite, why we put ourselves out there. And it gives me joy in seeing how others are getting results because of this and because of what we are doing as coaches. So I find joy in recognition because it seriously fills me up. And I think if you are feeling stuck or you feel like you're not getting anywhere with Success Club or with adding coaches, I challenge you to find someone to recognize in your coaching circle, in your challenger circle, or even just in your family. Maybe you don't have challengers yet. Maybe you haven't run a group. Maybe you don't have any coaches yet. I can bet that you probably have some people in your life who you have positively affected and have seen changes in because of what you're doing, working on your own health and fitness. So I challenge you to find someone in your life to recognize, and it really does bring so much joy and fills my cup. I hope it does for you too. And then for others, it obviously encourages others. It builds that community. It helps give your prospects the confidence to become a challenger, to work on their health and fitness. If you can recognize those things that they're already doing, hey, you're doing awesome, you did a workout, that's awesome. It just helps to build that confidence for them to keep going. helps give your coaches confidence to step up, to share more with others and maybe run their own groups. So I think recognition is so valuable in so many ways for yourself and for the people that you're serving, to help keep you excited about those that are in your community, but then also to give confidence to those who you're helping. So that's what I've got. If you guys have questions, feel free to
Confidence is sexy. It's so good. That was such gold, sister. I'm just like beaming over here, just like seeing your growth and like how much joy. And that's a big thing too, is goals that you're going for in this whole coaching thing, you guys, should be fun. Like, you should be finding joy in this process. And if you're not, you got to shift your focus. Where if you're more frustrated because you're focusing on the slack and the lack, that will not drive any part of your business in a way that you'll ever want it to, because you're only going to be focused on the way it's going backwards or not moving at all. But if you can just listen and take something for Erica, it's literally finding joy in the process of the vital behaviors that move yourself forward. That you can find so much joy in taking care of yourself. You can, and I loved when you were saying it gives you content. Like, you working on yourself is how you communicate with your avatar. It's how you find confidence in your delivery of speaking to others, is because you're working on your mindset and you're working on yourself. And you guys, this doesn't mean perfection. Please don't twist this. Like, it is, you are most relatable when you share the real. And so, like Kaylee, like, it's like sharing the struggle with the solution. You know, maybe some of you have had a setback in your health, a setback in life, and just being able to realize that we have this kick-ass community to support each other and build each other up, where most women tear each other down. Like, women, and I know there's some men on here, that's not a norm. To be able to be surrounded by a bunch of awesome people who literally are working on getting fit in every area of life, not trying to be perfect in every area of life, but you start to shift your focus. And what I'm noticing with Erica is that she's finding joy in the process. She's finding joy in connecting. She's finding joy in recognizing others. And so maybe you don't have any challengers yet. Maybe you don't have any coaches yet. There are a whole lot of people on Team Happy and Fit that you can uplift. There's a whole lot of new coaches that are joining Team Happy and Fit that you can welcome. There's a lot of amazing coaches getting results with these 80-day obsession that you can shout out and say, I am just so inspired by you. It doesn't even have to be a public thing of recognition. It could literally be a message saying, I've noticed you, and the old me would be really jealous and compare, but man, I just see a light in you, and I'm really just wanting to know more. Like, how empowering is that? That instead of relying on your own selfish, jealous, comparison crap that we need to leave outside of this, that you reach out to someone and you're like, can you just give me your best practices and tips? I'd love to connect with you. That's powerful. And I always say this, like, Erica literally hit success the day she gave birth, and I'm like, okay, I could do that. I could do that, right? I've seen it done. But seeing all you mamas on here, I am just like, wow. I'm in constant awe of just how you just do it. And you want to know why? It's because I get so many excuses of why others can't. And then I'm like, do you know my friend Erica and Steph and Morgan and Kaylee, Kristen, Kara, like, Lauren, do you know? Like, you need to meet these women, because that's crap. It's crap. And I just think it's really cool. All of you on this call are trailblazers for your own life. And whatever it is, whether you're an overworked, burnt out teacher, whether you're a nurse, whatever it is in life, that you get to make a difference and an impact wherever you're at. And I just think it's really powerful that you're going against the grain in that way. And Erica's just telling you to find joy in that process and genuinely connect with other people by being interested in them with no agenda. And that's what separates us from so many others, I think, is because we genuinely love the people we work with. We really love this team. It's really empowering and positive. We have the right people here. And don't you think that people are missing out on this tonight that aren't a part of our tribe? You're doing them a disservice. I feel that way too, where it's like, man, if I don't show up today, someone misses out. You know what I'm saying? So Erica, thanks for just revitalizing that and just being like, man, you can be so passionate about inviting because you're genuinely wanting to connect with people to be a part of your tribe. Where it's like, we don't want to just hang out with the naysayers and haters and people who legitimately just like suck the life and energy out of you. You want to hang out with the people who have potential. You want to hang out with the people who want more. You want the people who they're ready for change, but they're scared, but you are too. Like, those are the people you want to work with, right? So stop putting all your eggs in one basket to people that you don't even like, that are negative. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Erica, you must have been talking to that girl for over a year. You know? That's amazing. That's amazing that you never stopped showing up, and you didn't stop showing up. Jill Brown told me this today, y'all. She was talking about like self-care, being a mom, and someone commented on her thing saying like, well, I just don't think that that's right, or something like that. I don't know if she used that tone, but that's the tone that I associated that with. And it was so funny because I was like, Jill, that's so crazy that she's vouching for not being a healthy individual and mom. Like, it's crazy she's defending like wanting to be unhealthy. Like, reality check, don't want to work with her yet, right? Like, it's so true. Like, we want to work with people that aren't defending, or we want to work with people who are like, you know, I do want improvement. And she said to that girl, she said, oh, you know, I'm not speaking to you, but I am speaking to the moms who want change. I think is what she said back. And I was like, mic drop. Like, it's kind of like the lady who was saying that she didn't see what was wrong with watching TV all day. And I said, you know, to each his own, girlfriend. If that's your jam, I just think there's more to life than watching TV all day. She deleted her comment. It just means like people want to defend and protect not being their best self. And what Erica is saying, you can find so much joy and so much love in connecting with others that genuinely love positivity, that are inspired by your journey. Because most people, or not most people, but people roll their eyes because you're healthy, right? Or that you're listening to positivity, that you choose this over that, and people can roll their eyes at that. But there are a lot more people who are like, because you show up, I believe I can too. And so, Erica, thanks for reminding us that there's just joy in that. Are there any other questions for Erica? She's amazing. You just are incredible. And it's been really fun to watch your journey and just see how far you've come. But not only that she has so much vision. You watch Erica. She knows what this business is going to do for her family financially. But the really cool thing about that is that's not what she's all about. Does that make sense? She's so about the joy in the community. And because that's where her heart's at, she's going to thrive financially in this business because her heart is right. And she's someone who genuinely wants to connect with people and cares about them. And that's what makes a successful coach. And when you genuinely care about other people, and I love that you're making awesome friendships. I love that you love personal development now. That is a win. And I love that you love supporting people with the tools of Beachbody, but what they really want is you. You have the tools to help them with health, but what they really crave is your confidence, your love, your care, and your support. And it's just really cool that you can use Beachbody products to help them get healthy physically, but it's pretty awesome that you work on yourself so much that you can deliver to them with content to help them mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And at the end of the day, they want you because they can find those products anywhere. And I think that is what's incredible. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud.
Thanks so much for the encouragement. Thank you all so much for letting me share with you guys tonight.
Yay! All right. Are there any other questions? I'm going to hit